Well, good morning, everybody. Y'all all know me. I'm Jacqueline. I've been with Rory for about 5 years now, and I hosted the Wine and Dine on a Wednesday with some fabulous cooks. I hope y'all all joined that. It was a lot of fun. And yes, Rory's playing with all the new shiny buttons that he has and everything. But I thought today, especially with everything going on, Rory's talking about things that are coming and things that we try so hard to make sure everybody understands, and he did that in our previous training, and I appreciate that. But I thought, Rory and Tanya and Peter and Brett have done a phenomenal job to help us grow our wine ambassador business. And I didn't say this, but today is the Saturday morning training for Wine Ambassador. It's October 15th. And so I kind of searched back in some things that I had, and I thought that it would be appropriate, being that it is the holiday season and everybody really needs to stay focused on their business, because this is a huge time of year where you can really build and get a lot of traction with customers, as well as maybe people wanting to join you in the business. So I chose to talk today about how to stay focused and motivated while building your business. Many of us come from different backgrounds. Some of us have full-time jobs. Some of us do have part-time jobs but are trying to build this. Some of us are retired. We have a huge, diverse group here. So I thought this would be of help, and hope you get a couple of nuggets along the way. So here we go. We're going to focus today on how to stay motivated and what that means. So I am a career mortgage banker, been in mortgage banking longer than most of you probably have been born. I've been in mortgage banking for 43 years. But back 5 years ago, I started wanting to build something on the side for my retirement. And thank God I found Rory and Tanya. And so I am also a professional marketer by trade, following Rory's system through Wine Ambassador. And it is a great, great ride. And these are all of our wonderful wines that we have currently. I just love that picture. And then people ask, Jackie, why do you do this? Well, I come from a large Italian family, okay? And for many years, growing up, as many of you, and Rory always talks about, you're a product of your environment, right? And so I was always the odd duck. I never did anything that fit in the mold. And I had teachers, I had uncles, I had people tell me, Jackie, you're never going to amount to anything because you won't stay focused. You won't follow the path. You won't fit in the path. And, I wrote a whole article about that because they really helped me be the person that I am today, because they pushed me to show that I could succeed. I have a wonderful family. I love my family, and you too have family. But in order to focus on a business, you have to be able to separate your most important thing, which is probably your family, and your business. And you have to know how to interact with all that. Well, I got three families, guys. I got my family. I got my mortgage business family that I have to handle and leverage. And then I have you guys. Okay, so I have three different sets of things that I'm trying to juggle in a lifestyle, but knowing that I want this business, what I do to get there. Okay, and I just love all this. And if y'all haven't heard, or if you're on here for the first time and you don't know about our wonderful event in September, get with the person or your instructor or whomever, because this is an absolute phenomenal event to go to. Okay, so let's talk about 4 tips to stay or to get motivated, right? And I break them out, and the main thing is your mindset. Okay, you have to change your mindset if you want this business. I can't, never did. And you'll hear me say that a lot. Rory and Tanya have spelled it out for us, guys. We don't really have to do the thinking, but we do have to have our mindset right such that to run this business and be successful. And that starts with you. The next one is balance. We talked a little bit about balance, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that between your families, your work life, and everything else you got going on, because life is life and it happens and it's not going to stop. And the third thing we're going to talk about, which is all of it, because this is nothing but a bunch of words on a piece of paper if you don't execute. Execution is where the rubber hits the road, and you have to do that. Nobody can do that for you. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So with those three things, I truly believe, what is the motivation to make you do that? So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So let's talk about what I think the mindset needs to be. You can, some people may call this different mindsets, but I call it the entrepreneurial mindset. And the reason I dug in this way is because entrepreneurs are very unique. They adapt to change. They have to be able to adapt to change because it is ever changing. You're constantly growing when you are an entrepreneur. And you've heard Rory say before many, many times, when you are an entrepreneur, you're everything from the janitor to the CEO. And if you don't understand that, you are going to struggle. We do everything. We are in a constant state of change, trying to grow our businesses. We have to take risk. You have to be able to take risks to be an entrepreneur and trust in the process. And Lord knows we have the best process at Wine Ambassador to help you grow your business, but you have to follow the process and you have to take the risk and you have to have the faith and the mindset that it works. If you have any doubt, you are going to struggle. Never be afraid to fail. Jesus Christ, I fail forward every day. Ask Stacy Southard how many times she listens to me about what I have failed doing. But every time I fail or make a mistake, you know what? I pick my little self up by the bootstraps and I go forward because I'm going to learn from that mistake. Never be scared to fail. We are highly motivated towards success. That's what entrepreneurs want. They want to be successful. So that is a mindset that you might want to dig into. You might want to reevaluate where you are. Self-development is very good to help you get there. All the trainings that Rory does always has a little bit of this involved in it if you just listen. The next thing is balance, guys. And balance is what I talked a little bit about with my families. I kind of compartmentalize it into three different sections. You know, people have church, people have kids, people have dogs, people have, parents that they're taking care of. It's all sorts of things. People have other jobs that they are taking care of. But the way that you overcome all of that, and Tanya Rickard is the master of this, and she has trained us. I can't even count how many videos she has on being organized and setting yourself up for success. You need to really take a hard look. Are you running by the seat of your pants? Are you, just going through your day and you feel like you're not getting anything accomplished? Well, I know I do that a lot. But when I sit down and I take my calendar and I put all of my absolutely non-negotiables on there and I schedule my time by time blocking, guess what? I feel more grounded to know what it's going to take to get this business to the next level, guys. We have full-time opportunities here. We have part-time opportunities here, and we have life-changing opportunities here. But it is up to you where you want to be. But the key is you have to get organized. And if you have not seen Tanya's trainings on how to get organized and set yourself up for success, I suggest you get with your partners here to get you that information. It is phenomenal. We all have 24 hours in a day. How we choose to use those 24 hours is key to how we are going to be successful in this business. If you think you're just going to show up once a week or once a month, you are going to fall behind and you're going to feel that this is very fast paced. Things change continually in what we are learning, and we are all still learning. Rory has been doing this for God knows how long, 35 plus years. And one day I made the mistake And I was about 2 years into doing this. And I said, Rory, I think I finally understand that I can present this opportunity. He said, well, I'm glad you figured it out. He calls me Dallas in 2 years, because it's taken me 35 and I'm still learning. That was a very powerful message that he gave me that day. He wasn't being ugly. What he was trying to tell me is there is always something to learn, and you have to know you're never going to be finished. You're going to always continue to learn. That's what marketing is. It is, you try something. If it doesn't work, you try something else. But the beauty of what we have here at Wine Ambassador is he's doing all the heavy lifting. Tanya's doing all the heavy lifting. All we have to do is follow it. I think that's pretty cool. So that's how you get balanced. The next thing is execution. Execution is a word, right? What is that? It's easy to say, just like I say, it's paper, words on a piece of paper. Guys, you have to commit and you have to do what you say you are going to do. That's where it starts with us. There's many people in the world that say they want to do, but they can find 450 million excuses why they can't. Well, you know what? If you think you can't, you can't. If you think you can, you can't. And Rory has talked about this a lot. We have processes that we follow. We have a proven system on how to market this stuff. Follow it. Set your schedule. Show up when you say you're going to show up. Be consistent. Do something every day. You can't just work this 8 hours one day and then forget it for another 3 weeks. Just like he's always mentioned before, if you miss a day, you miss a week. You miss a week, you miss a month. You miss a month, you miss a year. And it's very, very true. But once you get yourself organized and set on what you are wanting to do in this business and use the proven system that is set forth for you, all you have to do is repeat that over. It is repetitive. It is the same things, the same task over and over and over. And to me, that's how you are going to get to the next level. So take your time, evaluate really why you are doing this. We've talked about why a lot over the course of the trainings through here. And you need to figure out what you're trying to do. Are you doing it for a hobby? Are you doing it part-time? Do you want it to be your full-time marketing business? What is it? Wine is the most phenomenal thing that we have to be able to market. I mean, everybody loves wine. The statistics are amazing. The statistics that Rory throws out, I believe when direct to marketing started, direct to consumer marketing, it was like 3%, and it's jumped all the way up to something like 10 to 13% and is doing nothing but climbing. We have an opportunity here to make a difference. So I hope that you will take execution very, very seriously, because it is when the rubber hits the road, and it is up to you to make it happen. And the last thing, and this is really kind of funny because I see it happen a lot, and myself included. And since I've been in this space for about 5 years, I'm probably at the bottom of this, what I call the slips. But motivation in my mind comes in several different ways. Okay. You have the height, you have the honeymoon, you have the plummet, you have the lapse, you have the surges, and you have the slips. And you're like, what in the world does that mean, Jackie? Well, I'm going to tell you what those mean. We're going to talk about the height first. And there's nothing that I'm going to talk about in these 5 or 6 explanations that you don't already know. Okay. But it's what you do to handle these situations to help you be successful. So let's talk about the hype for you new people that are here. It's a new adventure. You might be a little bit skeptical, even scared. I know I was. Never marketed in my life. I'm a mortgage banker. I know how to sell mortgage loans, right? So yeah, I was a little bit scared. I was real skeptical. I was probably one of Rory's most skeptical ever. And there's not a question you will ever ask him that I haven't already challenged him on. And he was very patient with me, and I thank him for that. But once you get in the groove, right? You know, you get connected, you start coming to the trainings, you may have come to the events. Bam, you ready to rock and roll, man. It is full throttle. You are ready to go. That's awesome. That's what we want. Then I just did this, but the motor, you know, it reaches, you know, you're not turning back. You got it. You're going to do it. All those things. And then, and just think about, I see all the faces on here. I'm laughing because I see the smiles. Been there, done that. I get it. Then you plummet. And all the stars, like I say, you know, the people with the stars in their eyes, you start to see straight a little bit, right? And you go, oh boy, wait a minute. I got to work to get this. I got to do something. I can't surf the net all day. I can't go watch, you know, in my case, football all day. I can't go to brunch with my friends on the weekend. Yeah, you can do those things, but you have to do them in moderation, because guess what? You got a business to run. And until that business is going, yeah, you got to work. Nothing has ever, I have never heard anybody say that anything in this world is for free. And everything that you have takes hard work. Have you ever heard that? I have. So the reality starts to set in a little bit. And the motivation kind of starts to decrease. And then those little wheels in your head, I call it the little man in my stomach, but it really is the little voices in your head, right? They start to creep in, you know. I can't do this. I can't. Well, can't never did, right? It's wine. Everybody in the world loves wine, you know. This isn't for me. I got into something, you know, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a this. You know, all the things that get in your head, that goes back to your mindset. Your mind only knows what you feed it. But speaking for myself, I'm 62 years old. So that mind has a lot in there that has been taught for 62 years that I have to continually rewind to say, no, I can do it. But not so fast, because when you start to lapse, right, that's when your greatest ability to learn and grow and get stronger happens. That's when you start to make lemonade out of lemons. Might even add a little tequila, a little vodka, but oh hell, have a little shot of wine on the side, who knows? But this is when you know that you have arrived. And this is when the rubber hits the road. And when that happens, after the first lapse, that you will experience the motivational highs and the motivational lows kind of go into what we know as slips and surges. Sometimes you're in the peaks and sometimes you're in the valleys. That's life, guys. That is everyday life. It's how you choose to manage through this is what's going to help you stay focused and motivated, which is you want to grow your business and you want to have success and you want to be a marketer doing wine. That's when all this is happening. It's never going to be just constantly like this. You don't want it like that. That's fake. You want it to ebb and flow so that you can grow with it. This is when you don't freak out. This is when you do not quit. The only way that you absolutely positively fail forever is when you quit. Do not quit. Continue forward. You are growing. You are learning. You are becoming a marketer. We have some of the most phenomenal wines in the world. They come from Napa and Sonoma Valley, right? Everybody loves Napa and Sonoma Valley wines. We have some of the best private label wines that are just for us, and nobody can get them without a member. You have a gold mine to promote. You have a process to promote that gold mine. Think about that. And I love this one because this talks, we've talked a lot over the course of several months about manifestation and how what you really believe and what you put out to the world, or the universe or your God or whatever it is, the bigger being than you, when you manifest it. And Roy teaches this, and he's taught it to us a lot, how to sit and get yourself in a state of being where your mind is clear so that you can reset, refocus, and recommit to your marketing journey in Wine Ambassador. So if you will just take a breath when you start to have the ebbs and flows, or the slips and the surges, as I like to call it, take a step back and say, go all the way back to your mindset. Go all the way back to why you started this. What is your motivation? What is your why? What is your, what are you trying to accomplish here? And then you sit and you reset, you refocus, and you recommit, and you hit that ground running again, and you do it and you do it and you do it, and you will have success here. You have a proven system with a master, brilliant, 2 people, not 1, 2, that are guiding you on a regular basis of how to market this. And it's up to you to do your part to learn it and to continue to grow and never quit. And when you do that, you're going to be just fine, and you're going to thank yourself that you did. And really, that's all I got for today, guys. I can turn it back over to Rory, and he may have some words of wisdom. Stacy's on here. Stacy may have a little bit of input. I think I saw Nile on here. I think Shar is. Do y'all have anything to input in terms of that, guys?
I'm going to just add like the same 3 things I could say a million times, right? Don't quit. Quitting gets you nothing, and that's what you didn't come here for nothing. The next thing is consistency is everything, right? We teach you what to do, you build upon it, and we give you even what to do, the actions to do. The social media shares that we reward you with points that earn you like awesome perks is all based on being consistent and putting that out there. We've got like the best product in the world. What gets better than a fine wine? And that's what we get to share with people. And we're actually sharing a message of wine that's good for you versus these corrupted wines that they put out there, right? We got a solid path by just being an integrity-based wine company. And that, and the manifestation. I mean, Jackie, by the way, you were on fire today. And I just sat back here and went, wow. And Niall came in and was like, oh my gosh, she's on it. I'm like, yeah. And it's just,
love to talk about when I'm passionate about something. It just comes out of me, but it's true.
Yeah, well,
I'm very passionate about what we do.
I really did, Jackie. I just walked over there and opened his office door and said, wow, she's killing it. This is the message, your message, everything was just resonating. Like I could feel it.
I love it though. I do. I love this, and I love to learn, and I want everybody else to understand they can learn too. I mean, and I'm not saying this just, he's not my boss, he's my mentor and my coach, and I absolutely love him. But guys, he's brilliant. He is on how to do this stuff. When I met him, I'm sorry, I gotta say this. When I met him, I was no more supposed to meet this man than a man in a moon. He's from Utah. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I get a phone call that somebody's going to introduce me to Rory Ricker because they knew my past. I was trying to build websites on my own. You want to talk about a whole nother level? Yeah, trying to promote wine on a website that I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But anyway, I met him and they said, oh, well, you'll love him because he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. I said, well, I won't hold that against him because I'm a Saints fan, but I'll talk to him. I talked to that man for almost 3 hours. And in case you don't know, both of us like to kind of He was so nice. He looked at all my websites that I was trying to promote wine on. He was very patient. and he asked me one question. He said, "Are you trying to work towards success?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Then ditch all of that, join me, and I will teach you how to promote wine." I was already promoting the wine he was promoting, but he took the time to tell me there was a way to market. He's been doing it forever. He does all the heavy lifting. All you got to do is do the steps, but you got to do them. Okay, I'll shut up now. You talk.
No,
I'll
you
shut
don't
up.
ever need to shut up, Jackie. And that's, what we've done. I mean, we have a great opportunity. We provide the marketing steps to do it, right? That's who we are. And so the process that we have to get it out there and deploy it is what works. It's not something we create to create busy time. We want to grow this company. That's why we fund your marketing from Tanya and I, from our house to yours. We fund your marketing because we know that if we do ABC, we're going to get XYZ. Well, we like XYZ and we want you to have XYZ too. And as a partnership, the bigger we become, the more we help the world with the message we have, and the more we have the opportunity to share these fine wines with the world, right? And it's just picking up steam and then getting out there, and we're revitalizing something that is a very special, to me, it's a special food. It's a food. Wine's a food. And we get to get that out there, and it's a fun message, right? And as a marketer, we need something that resonates. We need something that we can connect with people on. And that allows us to grow so much more opportunity and growth individually, right? Growth as well. So anyway, this is awesome, Jackie. I'm going to just, we got a little bit of time in our wine hour, and you've delivered amazing stuff. I'm going to let you guys know what happens when you bring on a customer or another wine ambassador or ambassador customer is you're giving them the gift of incredible wines coming to their door every month. And the wines that are being released are incredible. And they're just getting, if anything, we're trying to make them, the winemakers are they're on board. We've been doing this for years. And the future of these winemakers is secure with us. They know it. They watch the volumes grow. They watch us, put the stuff out there. We're projecting years in the future. And I'll do case in point. I think for the holidays, we have a new sparkling coming out. We're trying to always keep sparkling in the inventory. It's a challenge. It's something that we utilize a lot for celebration. I always have. Weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, celebrating a football Sunday. You guys, a mimosa on a Sunday morning is about as good as a sunrise. Right? It is. Even if you don't even put the juice in it, if the sparkling is good enough, it's amazing. And we had a really good sparkling in our first release and second release. We had 2 releases. This next one is what happens when you take more time and love. And it should be a Grand Cru release, and it should be. If I did it based on the business model alone, it would be a Grand Cru release sparkling. This is a very high-end sparkling wine that's coming out. And it's funny, timing-wise. It's coming out on a new label. It's our label that we own. It actually has a very strong marketing direction. And we have it. And we had to do a lot with trademarks for it. And you guys, it's gonna be a conversation piece, but it's super, super amazing. And it's taking old world, right, in the process of making a true sparkling, and it's combining it with new world tech piece because of how we market. Now I'll leave it there. You guys will see on the label. You guys will see the label when it comes to your door. But when you make a sparkling, the wine isn't just any wine that's sparkled. That doesn't actually taste very good. It has to be a special format of how the wine is made. It's made to be sparkled and then taste great. And this is a brut. That's my favorite. So we stick with my favorites. Peter and I both agreed we wanted this. We put the quality into the standard that would be a Grand Cru wine. We do it every now and then. So I'll tell you, if you want to get the best value in the world, if you're to buy cases of this, that's probably the best value you're going to possibly get in one of our products out there. And we have some new releases coming out of some great labels. I mean, the wines are amazing. And this is something that we get to give the gift, and you get to understand, like, consistently, we're going to consistently create amazing wines and release them. You're just connecting somebody to the Wine of the Month Club to get access to it, right? And it's consumable, but it's also discovery, and it's different. You know, every new release is a new release. It's a new wine, the flavor, the flavor notes, the creation of it's unique on every single varietal release. Every vintage, every varietal, they're all unique. And that's such an amazing thing to say. And at the same time, it's the way it was intended by God, was to be individual like this, not this mass-produced conglomerate wine. We're doing it the right way, and we stand out. It's that way in most things in life. Is those that just do what they say and they do it with integrity, you're going to stand out. Because the way the world should be is not the way the world is, but we can influence it with what we do. And that's what we do here at Wine Ambassador. So all those points are things that we can represent. And you guys have that video that we did, the presentation video, you guys, that does all the heavy lifting for you. I have everybody watch that. They want to know what I'm doing. I haven't watched that video. I don't even tell them, because I can't. That does it in such a way that they buy in, they get the knowledge they need, and that's what we deliver. You know, when we have new people come in here as an ambassador and they do the Grand Cru right out the gate, they understand it. You know, and people want to participate in something that has a great message to the world, and that's what we have. And we get to bless and spread wealth at the same time to those that are, you know, it's the best distribution model ever. And it allows us to add a lot more things. And that's, you know, I've said since day one, all roads lead to wine. And that's, to me, it rings true on the development and creation of everything, even not wine. That process, that patient process, the integrity that's supposed to be in wine. That's what I mean by all roads lead to wine. That's the example. So when someone tears down the example, nothing's sacred, and that's not okay. We got to protect things. We're creating a business model in protecting wines and other items coming soon, all under the umbrella here. So the opportunity of being a wine ambassador is growing outside of wine, but it's all connected to wine and the process of wine. So I just want to be clear on that, as the vision's allowing us to do that and the projects are coming out. 2023 is going to be an amazing year for us. It's going to be a great vintage for success. We're going to look back and say, man, everything was going amazing and grow. And then 2023 came out and we went to that next level. You know, when we're on wines of our own brand, our own make, it's, you know, our winemakers are insanely talented. You know, there's a new Grand Cru coming out. It's and we were tasting it. It's basically 100% cab, and I'm thinking about it every day. It's that good, and that's the stuff that we get to bring to the marketplace. And you know, we get to see it made from literally being, you know, the crushing process all the way through the fermentation process. We can watch it, right? It's a patient process. It's the same as watching anybody start out new in business and build. There's a process to it, right? There's a fermentation and frustration process. When things aren't going as fast as you want them to go, or maybe you thought and expected, it's all part of it. Let's do it. It's that overcoming those challenges is what makes it taste so good later when you succeed. You know, if it's not a challenge, it doesn't create the same robust fun. It just doesn't. It's on purpose. It's the process. You know, and we're going to simplify things and constantly add to the ways we can succeed. But I think just to put a note out there, guys, no, there's some big things being added. It just improves the relativity of the success we get to create here. And I think a lot of you, I look at the names, you've been here for a bit. This is a great place to be. And we're just going to keep making it bigger and bigger and better. And it starts by just getting those customers, consistently adding customers to your business. adding ambassadors to your business so that we can help spread the word. And consistency is everything, right? Do the marketing activities that we're teaching you to do. Try to add 1 or 2 a week, 2 or 3 a week, every week in your team, and get your team to duplicate that. And before you know it, you'll have hundreds and thousands that you're distributing with and sharing this opportunity with, and it just gets way more fun. The more people we get to help with this message, the better. And the more we're getting a quality product out there. Anyway, I think on the precedent. So we're in the holiday season. Wine is such a big part of the holidays, and make sure we're getting that message out. And, when you're giving gifts and you give a bottle of wine, that's one of the best gifts you can give almost anyone. And they always smile when you give them a bottle. But when you give it to them and say, hey, this was made the right way, this is a true fine wine, make sure you enjoy it with a really good meal, and call me if you need suggestions. That's it. And everybody here should be able to suggest, and we all know that the Pinot Noir, which during the holidays, we always release a Pinot Noir. The next release is a very special one. It's going to be so good for all the Thanksgiving and festivities and the food. Turkey, the ham, the roasts. It's going to go good with all of those. It's a very versatile holiday wine. It's a very versatile everyday wine. And it's going to be a great gift. That sparkling is going to make the most amazing gift. Those of you that do gift baskets, you put a bottle of that new sparkling in there, you can dress it up, right? Some dried fruit. You can have a lot of fun making a charcuterie basket and you can blow away your neighbors, your colleagues, coworkers, special people in your life. You guys, I've received a lot of PR gifts over the years. When you're a marketer and you kick up volume, you get taken care of. And I've been used to it for decades, right? I get delivered around Christmas these big, huge baskets, and they almost always carried either a bottle of wine in them or a bottle of sparkling or true champagne. Okay, people know me. And I remember every basket that had a bottle of champagne or wine in it because I knew I made a meal with it around it. You memorize that. You remember that. A lot of the other fruit, I can't tell you what they gave me if they didn't give me if they didn't give me a wine or a sparkling wine or a champagne, I probably forgot the gift basket, to be honest. It's an impression maker, right? And I've received bottles of like Dom Perignon, like from 1984, that was worth a lot of money. And as a thank you gift for a campaign I helped in the market, and that was worth more than the contract itself to me. It's a special thing, and that's what we're aspiring to, is creating a very solid legacy of fine wines and sparkling wines, and so you'll see that be coming out there. I'm so excited for you guys to have that. I know we're waiting on a couple of things. I'm pretty sure it'll be in one of the next bottling runs, which means November could be a really fun experience month to receive some really, maybe I should look at this really quick. I'm looking at the timing. I know we're waiting on a couple components, labels, approvals. That business has there's a lot of nuances in anything. Let's see. Yeah, November's delivery is going to be very special. Wow. So yeah, November, we have slated some incredible wines. December too. And then January, we always like to kick off the year with a bang. We got a pretty good patch on that. That's all I can see on the releases. I know everything through January, and I know there's several on the ready. We'll make that up there. But I'll tell you, November is probably, well, December is pretty good too. But November, the sparklings to be released, along with 2 new vintages of 2 amazing brands of our wines.
Ooh.
I'll leave it like, and the labels are insane. We added a new direction in the wine labels. And you guys are going to see it here in November for the first time. It is a marketing move, as well as a recognition move, as well as what I call the best trophy in any industry. And you guys are about to see it here in November, which means they're probably being bottled over the next little bit to be in the warehouse in time to ship out for November. Yeah, it makes me want to go out there and just watch it. So that being said, Jackie, I think we've got, this has been a really good Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for now, put that out there. I'll tell you guys, the November releases of the wines are going to blow the holidays open. It's seriously, like if you wanted to know the best wines to have for all the holiday foods, that's what you're getting in November. And then we're going to follow it up with the ones that would enhance it even more in December. So, yeah, and wow. We have a new label release in December on one of the white wines. And it's a really yummy, this is the, I think it's the second variety or the second vintage release, new year. It's very, very tasty. I'm telling you guys, like these next months of wine are going to be amazing. And October's have been great. I mean, that's what we get to deliver, right? But I'll tell you, November. So, those that are customers they got this month and they're getting next month, you guys, November is going to be like unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to stop the recording here. Jackie, thank you so much. And who's hosting this next Wine and Dine next Wednesday?
Kathleen Metzler.
That'll be a fun one too.
Yeah.
So we'll have Kathleen here next Saturday, doing her training, and then obviously Kathleen and her team will be cooking on Wednesday. I think we're getting near some fun food time, right? I mean, I love the holiday foods, but the holiday wines. I mean, every month's great, but I'm telling you, like the holiday lineup, like I almost don't want to tell you. I almost want to tell you, but not tell you. But the November release is freaking like it's a boom. Like it's. We probably should space it out a little bit. It's that big.
No, bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh, it's already queued up. I mean, the production's already in motion. But I'm just like, it's a wow. Like we're really launching the holidays with the wines. And I think you might want to put that as a message out in the marketing, everybody, because I'm going to stand behind it. Like the wines that are coming out in November are going to be like just so impressive. And I think you should let people know, like, hey, our Wine of the Month Club is releasing some amazing holiday wines already. And November's lineup is sure to please and be something to enhance all your meals. Get that message out. And then they're going to see it. And that sparkling is being delivered in November.
Can't wait.
And you guys, remember I told you this. As good as our other one was, this is a whole new level. And the winemaking process for a sparkling is very unique. It's not just making a good wine and sparkling it. It doesn't work out. You got to make the wine a specific way. And our winemaker is impressive. Like, just remember I told you that. It's so good. So good. I'm so excited. All right, I'll start the recording. God bless. See you guys on the Wine and Dine Wednesday. And then the next training next week.